Hello YouTube, just making a quick channel update. It has been probably about a month since I've uploaded, so I just wanted to update something and say hi to Byron. I know it's been a while since I uploaded and you're always looking forward to my videos, and hello to everyone else. So currently, as you can see, I have a bit of a mess going on, just absolute destruction. As you can see, I use a lot of these origami racks, these and these. Since my last video, I have changed locations in the shop. I used to be on the other side of the wall through that doorway, and I had the two bays in the corner, and now I am here near the front office right over there. So what I'm currently doing is putting a motor in a 6 Series, and I have one more motor to do in an M4. And before, I was hoping to make a video with an X6 motor, didn't get the chance because we were moving things around. And these are the motors and questions that I've been doing lately. These are the, see if I can tilt it down. These are the N63 and as Nancy motors. As you can see, they are a V8. They are what are classified as a hot V. The turbos sit right in here. And as you can see, they tend to leak oil, and they will leak oil right in the valley. We also have a coolant leak here. So there's a coolant line that runs between both cylinder heads. It's buried under there right next to the hot turbochargers. And it is a rubber plastic line. As you can see, this one was leaking for a bit, and it formed a little stalactite, stalagmite, either way, right there. But it looks like it was a slow coolant leak. It looks like it was leaking slowly over time, and they'll build up. But one thing that's confusing on these motors, if you're not too familiar with them, everything leaks oil and coolant here in the valley. Now on this motor, there is a rear coolant end cover. If I can get down there, see if I can get it lower. Not really, just the camera angle is going to be set up the way it's going to be set up. Actually, wait, let me just lower it. All right, let me just see if I can get this thing lower for you guys. Sorry about the camera angles. There we go. A little bit lower. Yeah, that's a bit lower for everyone so you can see it. Not only that, I forgot it's on a lift table. So I could have just done this the entire time. Okay. And I'm recording on an iPhone, so I can't pause the video and then make cuts. So sorry about the camera work. So we have the valley that can fill with coolant or oil, which is up there. And what's nice about it is they leave you, see if I can fish something through. Give me 1 second. Might work right here. So there's a valley. Get it through here. A weep hole. This is a zip tie. Zip tie can go right there. So what you think might be a rear coolant end cover leak, so this is a rear coolant end cover. They do leak coolant. This is the rear main seal. They do leak oil. But what could be leaking is from right there. So the easiest way, well, it's not the easiest way, so the way you figure out if it's a rear main seal, rear coolant end cover on this motor, is you would need a borescope, and you would come in through the top side of the V on the back side of the turbos, and you'd fish your camera in right between there, and you'd see if there's any buildup right where this tie strap is. So that's just a little hint for people who aren't too familiar with the N63. They do give you a weep hole to drain everything from the valley. So if you're doing any coolant repairs up here, you might think after your retesting and everything you're done, you're leaking coolant between your, between your engine and transmission. It could just be draining. It's a little bit of information. And if you have the hybrid version of this motor, so we have this thing leaking coolant here, and there's different passages, and it can find its way down right over there. If I move the camera, it can find itself down right over there in this general area. And on the other side of this motor, on a hybrid, there is a power module bolted to the engine block. And if coolant gets on that thing, it just causes unhappiness, lots of unhappiness. So moving away from the engine, camera work. So I know, not the best camera person in the world. So this is the engine and transmission all put back together. Can't really make a video of it, during work hours for the day-to-day process. But this is what we see. There are your turbos. Coolant line in question is buried all the way down there. So in order to get a camera fished in, you would have to pull this heat shield off and then fish your camera in behind there to see exactly where that leak is coming from. Since the last time I made a video, I have made other changes besides my location in the shop. My toolbox, I've added drawers to it so we can see what it looks like as compared to what it does there. So I used to be working out of my big box, which is over there, my pit wagon. I've since downsized, so it's going to downsize into small box 1 and small box 2. And I don't know what I'm going to do with my pit wagon in the future, but this is what I'm currently working out of. And let me just go ahead and make my camera stand bigger again. All right, so I like having the work surface because it gives me stuff to work on. That's why I chose the toolbox, the Epic single cab versus the Epic cart with the lid. I like having the hard surface, and since I have made my last video, so I can bring my tools to me wherever it is I'm working, so we don't have all the space in the world for a shop. So as you can see, I'm just doing the engine here in the hallway. These are all my sockets. A little sliding tray on the top portion, miscellaneous oil filter things, more sockets. This set here from Vim Tools is one of my favorite sets. They're small quarter cut sockets. It's a great little set. If you don't have one of these, I recommend you buy one. And if you ever run across stuck lug nuts, I know they're swollen lug nuts, but on BMWs they can get stuck. A heavyweight socket like this works great. You can also get a crank bolt socket like this and just shave it down a little bit. It also works great to remove these stuck sockets. These, once again, small cut sockets from Carbine Tools. These are really good. They come in handy. Come on, camera stand. You got it in you. This is my drawer here. So as you can see, just extensions and everything, not really totally organized, but I do have some organization going on. And let me just pivot this thing down just there. There we go. So currently, as you can see, I have a Harbor Freight Quinn here in my toolbox. My snap-on torque wrench finally died, my half-inch torque wrench, which I had for over 10 years, probably going on 15 or 12. Finally died. The replacement cost on that, I think now those torque wrenches are $800. This one was on sale. I picked it up for $150. I don't use the half-inch that frequently, so Harbor Freight for now. And for what I was told by Snap-on, these older styles are no longer repairable. The circuit board in there is no longer available, so I had to replace it. Miscellaneous drivers. Once again, not entirely organized. Just gotta do that out of the way. Wrenches, Matco wrenches, Snap-on wrenches, Husky wrenches. It's a wrench. Gear wrenches. A little Matco with a driver or socket on there. Come on, stay where you're at. More wrenches, Matco wrenches, line wrenches. Plier drawers, miscellaneous pliers for everything I'm going to use. I pretty much use almost all of these pliers, not at once, of course, but on various occasions. Everything gets used except for maybe the small snap ring pliers. I use those very rarely. You can tell the dirty handle. I use one of those there. So if you're doing a lot of seat covers, these guys are good there. My tools are currently a bit scattered, but this is my air tool / electric tool drawers. I love these little guys, but they're loud. I don't live in there. Just air impacts, electric impacts. I use a variation of everything. If you don't have one of these, get one. I don't think this model is available anymore, but they make them from different manufacturers. It's a super long reach 1/4 inch. Comes in handy. And lastly, miscellaneous hammer drawer and bits and bobs. Well, I'm going to end the video here. Byron, you're probably going to see this after I upload it. Thank you for watching, and I will reach out later.